This is just amazing footage. It's just so reminiscent of the First World War trench warfare. It's not the sort of fighting that we'd expect in the 21st century at all. And what Russia's done here is trying to drag Ukraine into a frenzied war of attrition. We've now got one of the Russian soldiers very close by hurling a grenade, and that must be within 50 meters, probably closer. And you can only imagine the fear of the soldiers and the intensity of the fighting. One of the reasons that the West is helping Ukraine with weapons, high-tech precision weapons, is because at the end of the First World War, the Allies just never wanted to have faced this sort of warfare again, and therefore, rather than just have soldiers hurling themselves into bullets and dying, causing massive casualties, if you can use technology on the battlefield, so you're hitting the bridges, the ammunition dumps, the tanks at distance, then actually you reduce the enemy's will to fight rather than actually having to kill them on the battlefield. Here's another grenade being thrown. You just don't see that in one. This is very reminiscent of the First World War. So part of what the West is trying to do with Ukraine is drag them into the 21st century, so that in this David versus Goliath battle, in fact, there's another huge explosion on the side there. That's not a grenade. That looks like artillery or maybe even aircraft. So this fighting is not just about the soldiers we're looking at here. It's also a lot of other effects coming to bear. But the whole point of this is that if you can use technology, then you avoid this sort of highly attritional war. And what the West is trying to do is that Ukraine is a much smaller force than Russia has available. And therefore, if it gets dragged into this attritional warfare, the bigger force will win. The Goliath will prevail over the David. Russia will prevail over Ukraine. This footage just amazing. You can almost taste the cordite. It's just, it must be horrendous for the young men and women on the battlefield there. And this is just brings into harsh reality just the horrors of war in the 20th century and now, amazingly, in the 21st century.